Hi everybody, thank you so much for checking out my video today. I grabbed some Dunkin' Donuts, and in case you don't know me, my name is Amy. I am a local real estate agent here in Aurora, Ohio, and I work the surrounding areas, so Northeast Ohio. So if you know anybody that's looking to relocate to this area or have questions about this area, send me an email. I'm happy to answer any questions or anything you need help with relocating here or even selling here. So I wanted to make this video because I came across this article. It's about 10 questions to ask a real estate agent. And I just found this pretty interesting, and I want to give my 2 cents about it since I'm actually a real estate agent and I'm actually out in the field doing it. So the person who wrote this, I don't know if they're actually a real estate agent or not, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, one question to ask your real estate agent if you're thinking about hiring them is, how long have you been a full-time real estate agent in my market? So there's full-time, there's part-time. Real estate agents are independent contractors, so we're not required to work any amount of hours. We can work 1 hour a day. We can work 10 hours a week. I don't like how, you have to be full-time. We're independent contractors. What is your definition of full-time? The majority of the real estate agents that I work with are not full-time. They usually have another job because the real estate market is very finicky. It goes up, it goes down, it goes left, it goes right, it goes sideways. You never know what's going to go on with the market. So what I would have to say, the majority of the agents that I know also work another job, but you can work full-time real estate and have another job. So I don't really see this as something that's like, oh, you have to be full-time to be successful. I don't see that. I have no problems serving my clients at all, regardless if I work 1 hour a day or 20 hours a week. It doesn't matter. I'm there for my clients, whether it's an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. We're always there for our clients. I've never had anybody have any issues with working with an agent, whether they consider themselves full-time or not. So I don't like that question, and I don't think that's really relevant. I think it's more about, how best do we serve our clients? Do they need 15 minutes of our time? Do they need an hour of time? I always make myself available for clients. So I don't see this really as a question you need to be that, concerned about. All right, next question. How many homes do you close every year? So there is on-market properties and there's off-market properties. I work both. I have a lot of closings that are off-market. What does all this mean? So off-market means we don't list it. So if we have a house that we know somebody's going to sell, we have a buyer, we don't need to list the property. We can do all of the paperwork and transactions behind the scenes. It's not placed on the MLS, the multiple listing service. We don't need to do any of that. I would have to say the majority of my closings are off market, and it's how it is. I know a lot of agents that do a lot of off market listings as well. So I would ask them, this one, because this question is asking how many homes do you close. I do like this question because it's asking about closings. It's not asking about how many did you list. Just because you list a house doesn't mean it's going to sell. So I do like this question. I think it's relevant. What are your closings? What does that look like? What their level of experience is. But I don't like when other agents just go in the MLS and just look at the MLS, because I work a lot of off-market stuff too. So, I think it's more of, how many closes do you, what's your experience? And I always tell clients about the off-market because a lot of people don't know off-market properties and how that works. The other question is, who will be my primary point of contact? I love this question because every real estate agent is different. Every brokerage is different. Some have teams, some don't have teams. Some have dedicated assistants that just work the closings. There's some offices that just have a escrow agent. There's all different ways that you can run your real estate business or the brokerage. So yes, absolutely ask, who am I going to speak to? If I have a question, if I have a problem, am I going to talk to Amy? Am I going to talk to Amy's assistant? When it comes to me, I handle my stuff with my clients. We do have some other support staff in our office that can help as well. So if I'm sick or I'm hurt, and we have a ton of agents in our office. So if I'm on vacation or if I can't get there, we all can fill in for each other. We all network with each other. That's not a problem. We do have a couple support staff in our office, but I mostly am there for my clients. And if they have questions, I'm the one that's answering their questions, unless I am sick or hurt or something like that. But yes, always ask, who's the primary point of contact? Am I talking to Susie? Am I talking to your assistant? Am I talking to AI or robot? You need to know that. So I think that's an excellent question to ask. What qualities or certifications set you apart from other agents? That's the other question. Number 4. What qualities or certifications set you apart from other agents? I don't like this question because, specialization, certifications. So what? You can have 50 certifications. That doesn't mean you know how to sell a house. That doesn't mean you know how to close a house. That doesn't mean you know how to serve your clients. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm also a licensed attorney in the state of Ohio. I practice law. That's a certification. Just because I practice law doesn't mean I can close your house and sell it for you. So I don't really care about the qualifications and certifications. Like, yes, you should work with a licensed real estate agent. Absolutely. Our license number and our license information is public record. You can go online and see if somebody is actually a licensed real estate agent. So as long as they're a licensed real estate agent and their license is in good standing and active, they're qualified. All these other specializations and certifications, I don't have that many agents that I know of that have all of this. If they do, I can't tell. I don't know the difference. But just because you have all this education doesn't mean you can close a house, sell it. So, not a big fan of this question, but the very bare minimum, they need to be licensed in the state of Ohio or whatever state you're looking to buy or sell in. Number 5, how will you help me sell or buy my home in a competitive market? Ooh, I like this question. You got to know the market. You got to know what's happening in the market. You need to know, how many houses are there on the market. So is supply and demand, there. So how will you help sell and buy my home in a competitive market? You got to know the market. You got to know your competition. You got to look at the comps. You need to look at all of those things. It's very, very important. And the timing. So you got to look and see, okay, this is what's on the market. This is what's sold, how many days on the market. Knowing all of that information can help somebody sell their home. We're in the marketing business. We want to make sure that we market your house the best way possible to get the max amount of money that we can for you. And then if you're looking to buy or relocate here, we can work off market properties. We can see what's listed. So knowing the area, knowing the market, networking with other agents, it's so important and that's all into how do we help sell your house, or all those things. It's a comprehensive strategies that we do. But yes, I really like this question. How can you help me sell my home? How can you help me buy a home? You got to know the market. You got to be in the market. You got to be active in the market. You have to be networking with people and other agents as well. And I do all of that. Number 6, what's your commission fee? So with this, and there's been class action lawsuits about real estate agents and their commission fees, everything is negotiable. So everything is. There has to be a listing agreement if you want to list your house. There has to be a buyer's agreement if you plan on buying a house with an agent. Can you represent yourself? Absolutely. I would not recommend that. When you purchase a house, usually that's the biggest asset you will ever purchase. Why would you not work with a professional? At least have a consultation with a professional to gather information and know what's going on. You'd be amazed at how many buyers I come across that try to do the transaction themselves and they don't know how to do it. It's crazy. So consult with professionals, learn as much as you can. Google can only take you so far. Google doesn't live here in Northeast Ohio like I do. Google doesn't know all the agents that we network with in my network. They don't know that. Google doesn't know that. AI doesn't know all of that stuff. Google and AI and the internet can help guide you in the right direction, but they're not actually living and breathing in this area. So anyways, going back to the commission fee, everything is negotiable. I cannot give you a number. And I tell every single buyer and seller I come across, everything is negotiable. I like to talk to clients and figure out, okay, what's your goals? What's your time frame on all of this? And then once I get a sense of what is going on, then I feel more comfortable about, okay, this is something I can present to you, and but we can talk about it, but everything is 100% negotiable. That goes with the commission fee, that goes with the contract, everything. So I think it's really important to explain that to clients, that commission fees are negotiable. Number 7, do I have to sign a contract, and can I cancel without penalty? Yes, you have to sign a contract. Excellent question. Regardless if you're a buyer or seller in the state of Ohio, you have to have some kind of contract. Every brokerage has a different contract. Can you cancel without penalty? That's definitely something that you need to ask your agent. I do that. I like to cancel without penalty. That way it just gives the client more flexibility and more comfortability in, and I think that's a word, in the contract. So if they feel like this is not a good fit, this is not going the way I want it to go, they can back out without penalty, absolutely. But it also makes me work harder because I know they can fire me at any point in time. I'm gonna hustle my butt off. So it works out good. It really does. I have not had a problem with it, and clients love that option. But they like that idea of, oh crap, Amy's going to work for me because I can fire her at any point in time. So I love that question. Number 8, how will you communicate with me? I would have to say I love this question too, because I would say the majority of my clients are usually text message. Me, I do like phone calls. I think there's more of a personal touch to it. But a lot of my clients do emails and text messages. And I know for me, I always ask, do you want a phone call? I can call you. Usually with phone calls and me is I like to at least schedule the phone call. Text messages are easy. I can be running out the door, send a quick text. I run, get in the car and go to the grocery store or whatever, run in the next listing appointment. Like text is so much faster and easier. Emails, I like to do emails when there's more, with the contracts and there's more explaining that needs to be done. Put those in emails. But yes, I always ask clients, do you want a phone call? Or if I feel there needs to be a phone call, I will say, let's schedule a phone call. I think we need a phone call on this just to clarify things. So yes, how will you communicate with me is an excellent question to ask. And I like that. Number 9, what are your realistic expectations for hunting in this market? So whether this is like a buyer or a seller, what's realistic expectations for house hunting or buying, selling? So I really like this question because a lot of agents will, for a seller side, will inflate the price just to get the listing. And I've seen it so many times and it makes me cringe. I don't like that. When it comes to buyers, I like to set that expectation as well. It all goes back to knowing your market, knowing the competition, regardless if it's a buyer or seller side, knowing the competition, knowing what's out there. That gives clients more of a realistic expectation. I like numbers. I like facts. I like figures. I like graphs. I like to see facts because I know anybody can talk anything and talk and talk and talk. Anybody can talk anything about anything and they can say anything about anything. But I like facts and figures. I like going on the MLS and I like printing out for my clients. I actually print it out when I meet with them or I can email it to them. But I like to print out the MLS stats. Okay, what is the average day on market in this area? What's the average what's the average price, the square foot, all of that stuff. I like facts. And that helps me show clients I'm not full of it. And those are actually facts and figures by the MLS. It is not something I plug into the computer and print something out. It is in the MLS. It's stats that the MLS does for us. And I will print them out, and that will provide a more realistic expectation for our clients. I don't inflate prices. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't feel that's fair to anybody. Number 10, who can I contact for a reference? So I like this question when you're looking for a real estate agent. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to real estate, it's very relationship based. It's all who you know. Yes, you can go online. Yes, you can go to social media, but it's all about who you know. So 9 times out of 10, when I talk to somebody, they already know 5 other agents. They're friends with 5 other agents. You know, there's so many of us. So who can I contact for reference is usually just who you know. And that's really what the business is all about, is who you know. It really truly comes down to that. It's a very unique field to be in versus other fields that I've worked in. But yeah, it's with the references, odds are you probably already know the agents. But yes, you can ask for who can I contact for a reference. You can talk to past clients and all that other stuff. You can look on the MLS for an agent's stats and look at their brokerage too. See what brokerage they work for. So there's all kinds of stuff online that you can check for the reference. But usually everybody knows somebody in this business. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I found this article pretty interesting. So I hope this helped you out. If you're looking to relocate in Northeast Ohio or Aurora, Ohio, reach out to me with any questions. You can email me. We can set up a Zoom, phone call, anything that works for you. I'm here to help you. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.